I knew my family never appreciated me, but I didn't know how far their betrayal would stretch until the night. My own sister tore my birthday dress in front of everyone. The room paused. My parents defended her, and I finally understood I wasn't part of a family. I was their burden. So, I walked out, stopped every payment, cut every thread holding their world together. I didn't know that one decision would expose hidden secrets, spark a legal investigation, flip their lives upside down, and rebuild minds stronger than ever. That night wasn't the end, it was the beginning. My name is Sophia, and I am 27 years old. I wish I could tell you that my birthday was a joyful day, but it was the moment everything in my life shifted. I had spent weeks planning my birthday party. I decorated the house myself, ordered food, arranged music, and even bought a beautiful dress that I paid for with my own hard-earned savings. For once, I wanted a day that felt unique just for me. Guests arrived smiling, handing me gifts, taking photos. For the first time in a long time, I felt seen. I felt appreciated. I thought, maybe this year will finally be different. Then my sister walked in. She showed up late, acting like she ruled the place. The moment she saw people complimenting me, her face changed. Her smile turned stiff, and her eyes sharpened with jealousy. She came closer, leaned toward me, and whispered just loud enough for me to hear. "Why does everything have to be about you?" Before I could even take a breath, she grabbed the front of my dress and ripped it straight down in front of everyone. The room went silent. My heart plunged. I just stood there holding the torn fabric, trying not to cry. And then came the worst part. My parents rushed toward us, not to help me, not to ask if I was okay, but to defend her. My mom said, "Sophia, calm down. She didn't mean it." My dad added, "It's just a dress. Don't make a scene." I felt completely alone in a room full of people on my own birthday. That was the moment I realized this family would never see me, never value me, and never stand with me. And that was the moment everything began to shift. I went to my room after the party, holding my torn dress and trying to breathe. My chest felt tight, my eyes burning, but I refused to cry in front of them. I changed into something simple and sat on the edge of my bed, staring at the wall. All I could think was, how can they treat me like this after everything I've done for them? People assume I'm the selfish one. People think my sister is the good daughter. But no one knows the truth. So, let me tell you, for the last 3 years, I've been paying her entire college tuition. Every semester, every book, every late fine, everything. I paid all the household bills, too. Electricity, gas, groceries, internet, repairs because my parents were struggling and I didn't want them to feel ashamed. I even helped pay their medical expenses when they didn't have enough. And I never told anyone, not even my best friend. I did it quietly because I loved my family. I believed that one day they would appreciate me. One day they would realize. But instead, they defended the person who ruined my birthday in front of everyone. Suddenly, there was a knock on my door. My dad entered without waiting for permission. He didn't ask if I was okay. He didn't ask why my dress was ripped. Instead, he said, "Sophia, you embarrassed your sister tonight. You should apologize." I looked at him in disbelief. "Apologize for what she did to me?" I asked. He crossed his arms. "You always exaggerate. She was just being playful. Stop acting like a victim." I felt something inside me break, something I had been holding together for years. That night, I realized the truth. They didn't just take me for granted. They depended on me, but still treated me like I didn't exist. And I knew I couldn't live like this anymore. I opened my banking app and made a decision that would change everything. I stopped every payment. College fees, electricity, grocery autoducts, internet bills, everything. Then I started packing my bags quietly in the middle of the night. If they didn't value me when I gave them everything, let's see how they manage without me. I left the house early the next morning with 2 bags, one with clothes, one with important documents. I didn't leave a note. I didn't explain anything. I just walked out quietly, the same way they had always walked over me. I moved into a small studio apartment I found online. It wasn't fancy, but it was peaceful. For the first time in years, I closed the door behind me and felt safe. But back at home, things started falling apart faster than anyone expected. By the second day, I got the first message. It was from the electric company. "Your payment failed. Service will be disconnected in 48 hours. Then the internet company. Auto payment declined. Then the college. Tuition overdue. Immediate action required." I sat on my bed, reading each message, feeling a strange mix of sadness and relief. For once, it wasn't my burden. Later that evening, my phone started ringing nonstop. Mom, Dad, even my sister. I didn't answer. I let the phone buzz until it stopped. But then something unexpected happened. A letter arrived in my email that made my heart drop. It was from the bank. Loan repayment reminder. Account under your name. My stomach tightened. Loan. What loan? I clicked the attachment, and my hands started trembling. It was a student loan. A student loan worth thousands of dollars taken using my name, my information, and my identity. I couldn't breathe for a second. My sister had done it. She used my details. She forged my signature. She put a loan under my name without telling me. And now the bank was threatening legal action if I didn't make the first payment. I felt a wave of anger crash through me. Not the quiet kind. Not the kind you swallow. This one burned. At that moment, I understood something clearly. My sister didn't just use me. She stole from me. She lied to me. And she put my future at risk. I closed my laptop slowly and whispered to myself, enough. I'm done being the family hero. What I didn't know was that things at the house were turning into complete chaos. Lights went out. Internet stopped. Groceries ran low. College called home threatening suspension. And for the first time ever, my parents began arguing with the golden child they always protected, and I wasn't there to fix it. Back in my small apartment, I was slowly learning how to breathe again. No shouting, no pressure, no walking on eggshells, just peace. But at my parents' house, everything was collapsing. I heard about it piece by piece. Mostly through short texts and angry voice messages they kept sending me, even though I never replied. On the third day, my sister finally broke. She sent me a message. Why isn't my college fee paid? They're threatening to suspend me. I didn't answer. On the fourth day, my mom sent a long voice note full of panic. Sophia, the lights went out. The internet is gone. We can't even pay for groceries this week. Why did you stop everything? The sound of panic in her voice didn't hurt me. It opened my eyes. They had no idea how much I was doing for them. Not a clue, because they had never bothered to know. But that was only the beginning. Remember the guest who secretly recorded my sister tearing my birthday dress? Well, the video got out. Someone posted it on a local community page with the caption, "This is what jealousy looks like." The clip went viral in our neighborhood. Suddenly, my mom's friends, my dad's coworkers, and even my sister's classmates started talking. The comments were brutal. Who ruined someone's birthday like this? That girl needs help. The older sister handled it better than I ever could. My sister, the so-called golden child, couldn't take the embarrassment. Her friends stopped talking to her. Her boyfriend dumped her, saying he didn't want drama. People stared at her at college. Her perfect little world built on lies and favoritism was cracking. The confrontation at home. One night, my dad finally snapped. My phone buzzed with another voice message. I pressed play. His voice was shaking with anger. You lied to us. You told us your sister was paying your fees. You told us you handled your debts yourself. My sister screamed back in the background. It's her fault. She abandoned us. Then my mom yelled, "How could you take a loan in her name? Are you trying to ruin her future?" For the first time in my life, they were shouting at her, not me. They were finally seeing who she really was. But the final twist hit even harder. My phone rang again, this time from an unknown number. When I answered, a calm male voice said, "Ma'am, this is the Fraud Investigation Department. We need to verify your identity regarding a student loan taken under your name." I closed my eyes. This storm was only beginning, and this time, I wasn't the one who would break. I didn't sleep that night. My mind kept replaying the fraud investigator's voice and the reality that my own sister had stolen my identity. But instead of breaking down like before, I felt something new. Strength. For the first time in years, I wasn't trapped in a house where my voice didn't matter. I wasn't begging anyone to believe me. I wasn't cleaning up my sister's messes. I was alone but free. A new beginning. The next morning, I woke up early in my tiny apartment, opened the window, and took a deep breath. Cold air filled my lungs, and it felt like I was finally breathing for myself. I decided to focus on my job. I worked quietly, did extra tasks, helped my clients, and stayed late to finish projects. My boss noticed. One afternoon, he stopped by my desk. "Sophia, your work these past few days has been incredible. I want you to take lead on the new project." I blinked in surprise. No one had ever trusted me like that before. I said yes, immediately. That small promotion came with a bonus. Not huge, but enough to make me smile. For the first time, my income was mine, and every dollar felt like a step toward freedom. The rise of my online journey. At night, when I was alone, I started recording short videos about my life. Nothing dramatic, just honest thoughts about self-worth, family pressure, and starting over. I didn't expect anyone to watch, but one video where I said, "Sometimes walking away is the most powerful thing you can do," started spreading fast. Comments poured in. "This helped me today. Thank you for speaking truth. I needed this." My follower count doubled, then tripled. A week later, I got a message from a wellness brand. "We'd like to sponsor your next video." I stared at the screen for a long time, shocked. Me, the girl who used to hide behind everyone else. I accepted the deal, and just like that, I earned more in one sponsorship than I used to save in a month. Meanwhile, back at home, I may have been growing, but my family was falling apart. The college sent a final notice. The house bills kept stacking up. People kept sharing the viral video of the birthday incident. My sister's reputation was destroyed. My parents were overwhelmed. Their perfect image in the community was gone. And deep down, they knew they had pushed me away. One evening, as I was preparing my next motivational video, my phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. "Miss Sophia, your identity theft investigation is reaching a critical stage. We may need a statement from you soon." I put the phone down, my heart steady. This time I wasn't scared. This time I wasn't alone. This time I was ready. My life was finally moving forward, and soon the truth would catch up with them. 2 weeks passed and my life felt completely different. I had peace. I had privacy. I had control. But the storm that started after I left my parents' house was finally heading toward its final explosion. The call that changed everything. One afternoon, while I was editing a new video, my phone rang again. It was the fraud investigation officer. "Miss Sophia," he said, "we have confirmed that the student loan was taken using your name. But the handwriting and documents do not match your real identity. We believe someone close to you forged your signature." I felt a heavy breath leave my chest. Then he asked a question that tightened my stomach. "Do you know anyone who might have done this?" I closed my eyes. I saw my sister's face, her jealousy, her lies, her fake tears, everything. "Yes," I said quietly. "My younger sister." There was a moment of silence. "We will be sending legal notices to your family," he replied. "You will not be held responsible. She will have to face the consequences." I hung up slowly. It was done. The truth was official. There was no going back now. That same evening, someone knocked loudly on my apartment door. I opened it and saw my parents standing there. My mom's eyes were swollen and my dad looked exhausted. "Sophia, please," my mom said, voice trembling. "They're saying your sister could face criminal charges." My dad added, "Just tell the investigators it was all a misunderstanding. Save her. You always save her." I shook my head. "And who saved me?" I asked. Silence. My mom wiped her eyes. "We didn't know you were paying so much. We thought you were just trying to show off." Those words hit me hard. I wasn't showing off. I was supporting them. And they treated me like a servant. "I'm not covering her crimes anymore," I said calmly but firmly. "She did this to herself." My dad burst out, "You're her sister." I took a deep breath and said she destroyed my life without thinking twice. They had no answer. They left without saying goodbye. The legal notice. The next morning, my sister sent me a voice message, angry, crying, screaming, "How could you do this? They're investigating me." I didn't think it would go this far. I didn't reply because it wasn't me doing anything to her. She had done it to herself. Later that week, the fraud department officially filed a case. My sister was ordered to attend hearings and face penalties for identity theft and financial fraud. The girl who always got away with everything finally faced justice. And me, my life kept rising. My videos kept growing. My sponsorships doubled. My confidence returned. My peace became permanent. One afternoon, I got an email from my company. "Congratulations, Sophia. We are promoting you to team lead." I stared at the screen with tears in my eyes. Not sad tears, strong tears. Because I realized something. Walking away from that house wasn't a loss. It was the beginning of my real life. Final twist. Months later, I received a letter from a scholarship foundation tied to my job. "Your dedication and personal resilience have inspired our leadership team. We are awarding you a full professional scholarship to advance your career." I sat on my new couch, smiling quietly. My sister tried to destroy me. My parents tried to silence me, but life gave me a comeback they never expected. I stood up and whispered to myself, "This time I choose me." Asterisk.